Greetings fellow traders, this is Pete Souris, and today we're going to take a look at the Aussie dollar. On the Aussie dollar, what we're looking at is the 4-hour compression, where I personally always begin my technical analysis. The very first thing I look to do is trend the market and see if I can find a trend that the market is currently respecting. And we can see here on the pairs that it looks like we're ultimately in a downtrend because this market is creating lower highs and is in a lower low mode. So what I want to do is I want to take a look and see, can I trend this market? And to create a trend, what I need to do is grab a resistance and a support. I have my resistance coming here at the top, and we can see that is lining up with a 1, 2, 3, so this is a confirmed trend. Now what I need to do is I need to find a support to connect the bottom of the trend wall with, and we can see that that is a strong support right there. Now when we're looking to confirm the trend, what we look for is respect of the heart line, being this middle line right here that you can see currently being highlighted. Now what I want to see is, has this market respected that heart line? If it has, then I know that I've correctly trended the market, and I can look for downward pressure to continue. We can see that there's been respect of the trend, of the heart line at many points here in the market, which leads us to believe that we are indefinitely in the overall downtrend. Now what we want to do is we want to look for analysis of fib targets on this movement and see, has this market been respecting the fib targets, paying out the 1270, pulling back from there, and then continuously respecting the 1270 on its movements. Where I would start from is from the start point of the uptrend, because I want to see where I currently stand at this point in the market so I know what I'm looking to trade for this trading week. Taking it down to the 1 hour compression, what we want to do is we want to grab the first movement. And remember, when we're looking to grab fib targets off of a movement, we're looking for a clear initial movement, a nice smooth pullback, and then continuation throughout. What we can see here is we have a nice top down to a swing low. We have a very smooth pullback, and from here we have continued trading through here in 5 pulses. So we want to see, is this market respecting the 1270? From that 1270, has it pulled back? From the pullback, have we continued on to a new 1270 from the top of a trend wall? Now when we grab the fib targets coming from the top to the bottom, what we can see is that this market has respected not only the 1270, but it has respected the 270. And what we can see once again is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave pulses in this market, ultimately paying out that 1270, finding the bottom here of the trend wall, and then hooking out of it and coming immediately back in. Remember, when you hook out of a trend wall, you always look for the market to come back into it and wait for the market to climb up to a top, and then look for a new opportunity to go south since you're in that overall downtrend. Now what we can see is that we have come up here. We have not made it to the top, so this is not a movement that we would look for to fulfill the 1270, even though we can see that it made it down to the bottom. Going forward into the future, what we can see here is that this market found the top of the trend wall once again. Now we don't have any initial movements in this market at this point just yet, with clear follow through and the continuation, until we get to this point right here in the market where we can see that we have a clear movement coming in here. Okay, a nice initial movement, a pullback, and then continuation. We want to see, have we had 1270 respect here of this movement? Now taking the fib targets once again, going from the top of the movement down to the bottom. What we can see first off is that we have 270. We have respect of the 270 pullback, 786. Okay, and ultimately what we did is we attempted that 1270, and we only missed that by a couple pips. Measuring that out here, we can see that we only missed that by 6 pips. So that is definitely completion of the 1270. So this market is continuing to prove itself throughout the movement. Now let's go ahead here and take a look where we currently stand. Okay, and what we can see here is that we've had the market come back up to the top. So we can see that it is still continuing to work this trend. Initial movement, a nice pullback, okay, a movement south, and now what we want to see is currently where we stand in this market, and we're sitting at that 105. So the movement that we're looking at this point to fib is this movement right here, because this is the next movement in the sequence. Okay, our last movement was right here, paid out its 1270. The market reset itself to the top of the trend wall. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and fib this movement, taking the top here of this movement down to the bottom. We have a 23.6 retracement. From that 23.6 retracement, we progressed further down and found the 270. We ran into that heart line, market respecting the heart line. Now this 105 price level is causing a big problem for the continuation south. It has created support running into that heart line. I mean, we're going to look for throughout this trading week is for the market to travel south and take out further areas of the fib targets. And when we look further below, what we can see is that that 1270 is lining up within a nice area of the bottom of the trend wall. And what's important to take note is that we have not seen the market take out the bottom of the trend wall since this movement coming back here from the end of May. So what we're anticipating is we've been seeing the Aussie trade within a tight range, okay? And now what we want to see is, can we get a breakout here to the south? What we want to do is we want to take the market short below the 104.77 price level and look to take out the 1270. If we can't and we see a bounce through here, we know that ultimately what this market is going to continue to do is trade between its choppy range here from the heart line to the top of the trend wall. So ultimately what we would be looking for is for that breakout to occur of the heart line. On a breakout of the heart line, what we would want to do is take the market short, look for the payment of the 1.270 coming at the 103 flat price level, overlapping the bottom here of the trend wall. So that's what we have here on the AUD USD. If we don't see a break here on Monday or Tuesday south on the pair, what we will then anticipate is that we're going to see the market trade here throughout this range of the heart line until we get a movement to fuel for the bottom of the trend line. So that's what we have on the AUD USD. Hope you enjoy that. Until next time, good luck and happy trading.